Hello everyone, welcome back to Happy Fun Camera Time. And I hope you just saw that bolt of lightning, because that's what we're out shooting today, is lightning. Hopefully after dark. But it's not quite dark yet. And the storm's here, so we might as well start shooting. Anyhow, I'm going to apologize in advance. I can't put the drone up here because, well, the nearest airport is 5 kilometers away. And it may actually be legal to fly the Nano Plus here, but I'd rather not risk it. So, yeah, what we're doing today is we're just gonna try and get some lightning. I'm gonna zoom out for you real quick here. I'm using the Z50 today, and as you can probably hear in the background, the D800 is just right over yonder doing a time lapse. So we'll see how that turns out. Normally when I do a time lapse with a D800, I have to turn down the raw recording just a bit, because you might imagine that full-size 14-bit raw files out of the D800 are massive. So in order to keep the buffer from running out, I have to turn on compression. So right now I've got the compression on, lossless compressed, and right now it's doing fine, I think. So yeah, we'll just stand here and watch the light show as best we can. And I hope I'm getting some of these bolts on the D800 as well, but I may not be. In fact, I may have to reconfigure my exposure on the D800. Anyhow, I don't quite have a good sense yet as to how the Z50 does with lightning on camera at 4K 30, and right now I'm running at 30 frames per, or not 30 frames per second. I'm running a shutter speed of 1/30. So we're not doing the 180 degree shutter rule today, we're doing a 360 degree shutter rule. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm probably going to have to go back to the car and get another battery for the Z50 at some point, but that's okay. Alright, I'm just going to go over to the D800 here. Shut the time lapse off. Oh yeah, she's getting a bit dark over here at the D800. So I'll go from ISO 50 to ISO 100. At least I think it's ISO 50. Yes, that will do nicely. And I'd show you, but I can't really right now. Just checking my shot to be sure all that lightning is in the shot, and I think it is. So we'll just restart the timer here. Okay, there we go. Let me adjust the ISO on the Z50 now. We're at 800 now. And actually, I'm going to have to go up to F8 soon, but I think for now we're doing okay. Actually, I got to shut you off for a second. I need to get in there and set it to manual focus. Okay, she's in manual now. And hopefully I've got you pointed at where the actual lightning is. We'll have to see. I've got you zoomed in while the D800 is shooting 24 millimeters using my Sigma 24-70. But yeah, I'm hoping for the good stuff after dark too, so we'll see what happens with that. Got a killer sunset happening behind me, which I really ought to be shooting too, but I can only concentrate on so much at once. Actually, now that I think about it, I've got a certain iPhone 13 with me. Let me just shoot this raw. And I will put this up on screen for you so you can see what I got. In post-processing, of course. Yeah, I really wish I could put the drone in the air right now, because I bet I'd get a bunch of killer shots with it, but I would just rather not risk it. And you are getting dim. I can always brighten this footage later in DaVinci Resolve, but I don't know. I'm taking 400 frames with the D800, so hopefully there's a few in there with lightning. All right, I'm going to turn on auto ISO. There we go. ISO 2000 right now you're running at, which still should be fine for the Z50. Now watch, it's not going to do lightning on camera now. I saw lots of good bolts earlier, but obviously not seeing them now. Well, there's a few happening up in the cloud there. And I'm going to have to pull you back to see. Now point you up. All right, let's just sit here for a while and watch what happens. Oh, that was a nice bolt. Let me move you over, because I think that might have been out of frame. Yeah, this is just to see if I can get the Z50 to shoot lightning on video properly, despite the fact that it can't do 4K 60. Oh, that was nice, and I hope you got that, Z50. Let's see if I can adjust the aperture here. All right, that's better. Yeah, I'm not quite sure I'm liking auto ISO right now, so I'm going to turn that off. And we're going to do ISO 800. There we go, now we can see those flashes a little better. Come on, give me just one good bolt. I mean, more than you already have, of course. So far, so good on the D800's buffer. She's doing fine. I was hoping for some nice big cloud to ground bolts. Maybe she's petering out already. Maybe not. It's a nice in-cloud bolt, which I think you might have missed, so let me turn you a little bit more this way again. Try and straighten her up. She's not cooperating. You guys are on my travel tripod right now, so you'll have to excuse it. Now the problem is, right now I'm running f4.2 on the Z50, and that leads to extremely blown out bolts should anything close and major happen. That's why I like to be at f8, but if I go f8, I'm going to have to really dial up the ISO. So I'm just thinking maybe I should. Well, the D800's done. Because of course it is. One second is a little bit too long for that setting yet. Oh, there we go. Well, the D800's done 507 shots now. All right, we'll get the D800 going again. 1 second's better for it anyway. Let me dial up the ISO of the Z50 again. And I think we'll go up to f5.6. We'll just try that for now. Gotta be patient when it comes to lightning. Sometimes. Many times. Man, I wish I would have picked a spot that let me use the drone. Oh well. Frontier's a really nice little village. They've actually got an agricultural assembly plant just to the south of here. So there's lots of work to be had in this town, so this town's doing pretty good, I think. I could tell you all about the friend I had. Oh, that was awesome, that lightning. I hope we got it on both the D800 and the Z50. Anyhow, I suppose I could tell you about this friend I had whose family owns said manufacturing plant to the south, but probably best not to open that can of worms. That guy's friendship almost, well, it wasn't good for me. It just was not good for me. But yeah, we'll just stand here and watch the lightning show. And hopefully later on I can get lightning with that grain elevator over there. From exactly where I'm standing. We'll have to see what happens with the storms. Anyway, even at ISO 1600, you guys are looking dark here. but I think it's doing fine. It looks like the lightning is exposed properly. Like I said, I can always fiddle with it in DaVinci Resolve later. I really wish I had a flat color profile though, like I can get on the drone now. That would be really nice. But no, it's a Z50. They had to draw the line somewhere with the budget, I guess. Now, if I'd gotten my Z7 II like I'd wanted, then maybe we can talk, but yeah, for now, the Z50 is the best I got. And I hope we're getting half these lightning bolts in the shot, because this being a rolling shutter, I don't know. And you're probably wondering what I'm talking about with this rolling shutter nonsense. Well, you see, there are two types of shutters when it comes to the digital cameras. You've got your rolling shutter and you've got your global shutter. What a global shutter does is it reads all of the pixels at the same time and fires all that data right into the processor. With a rolling shutter, what happens is the sensor reads data line by line, shoves it into the processor, and then goes to the next line. Something like that. And that gives you artifacts in the image. Some of which you're probably seeing right now, but only when there's lightning to show it. And yeah, I'm going to stick to ISO 1600 right now because I do not want the lightning to be any more blown out than it's likely already. While we're at it, why don't I whip out my phone real quick and I'll show you where the storms are in relation to us. Thanks to my handy dandy Radar Omega app. Yes, I have radar scope too, but Radar Omega works much better, I find. Okay, focus camera. Probably can't focus. Oh well. That's right, I set it for manual. Okay, forget that. But yeah, these storms are going right past us to the northeast. And there are more storms on the way coming up from Montana. So I'll probably shut you off and try again with those storms. Okay, we're back, and you probably can't see it real well, given that I've still got the Z50 locked into ISO 1600, but we're looking at an abandoned house right now. And the D800 is no longer doing time-lapse, we're doing 5-second exposures. That's the ideal way you want to get lightning, through long exposures. And this is why I wish the Z50 had the ability to go to a shutter speed below 30 frames per second, but it can't, so it is what it is. So the storm's in behind the house there, so we're getting a nice backlighting effect now, theoretically. I've got a fresh battery in the Z50 and everything, so that's good. Probably going to have a whole lot of footage to store later. Certainly more than 1.21 gigabytes, unfortunately. But such are the perils of shooting 4K, and I should be reloading the D800 every time it shuts off. Wait, I do have this set for 5 seconds, don't I? Yeah, I do. I'm going to go to 8 seconds. So hopefully the Z50's picking something up for you, but I just don't know. Yeah, 8 seconds is just fine. We like 8 seconds. Yeah, this storm has really lost strength since it got going here. Oh well, it is what it is. I'll do what I can from where I am. And if you heard that just now, it's my lightning app telling me there's lightning in the area. I am like so shocked and stuff. But yeah, there is a storm coming right behind this one, so. How about I save my storage space and I'll shut the Z50 off again. And if I get something, I'll pull it over from the D800. All right, folks, we are back and we've got a storm firing up right over our heads, pretty much. So I'm going to try and get lightning this way. And we're probably going to have to go home real soon because storms are getting much closer, at least the other ones I was expecting. So you're looking towards the sunset area right now, but oh, of course it would flash while I'm not shooting the D800. I think I'm up to about 20 seconds on the D800 now, so yeah, you're not going to see much unless there's really bright flashes right in front of the camera here. I'm actually really not too fond of where I'm located right now, because if this starts firing the big bolts, we're in trouble. Or in danger, I mean. And I do believe you saw that on camera, possibly. The D800 wasn't shooting at the time, because of course it wasn't. I weren't paying attention. Ooh, and I need to be shooting the other direction, towards the elevator, right now. Because you didn't see that, but I saw it. All right, let me see if I can try and get the shot dialed in. Oh, this storm is doing bright bolts right over the house. I'm going to point you back to the house, and I'm going to use the D800 towards the grain elevator. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to hope this works. Either way, I want to get some decent bolts out of this, so. I've got the D800 set to continuous now, so. Maybe I don't. All right, now we got her, I think. I'm going to go to 30 seconds on the D800 because it is just that dark enough. That was kind of a faint bolt, but I got it. I don't know if I can even do anything with that shot, but we'll see. And it's already raining. Fortunately, that was nice. Fortunately, the wind is coming from behind us right now, so we don't have to worry about that too much. And I'm just going to point you right back over towards the town a little more. Of course, as soon as I do that, I get a real nice bright bolt right back where I was pointed earlier. Ain't that always the way it goes? So I'm going to point you back that way because it's probably easier for the Z50 to handle it anyway. I just know I'm going to fill up the card on this thing. Oh well, it is what it is. Oh, I got a lightning bolt on the D800. I got a good one on the D800. And yes, it's raining again. The roads are going to be a mess going home, but that's fine. I can always go out to the highway if I need to. I won't tell you where home is because I value my privacy. But okay, yeah. Ooh, I hope I got that. I'm sure I got that. I definitely got that. Yeah, I don't mind a little rain. I do mind myself running out of card storage space on the Z50, which is probably going to happen now. Anyway, I think I'm going to let this shot conclude on the D800, and I'm going to put you guys away. And if I don't see you later today, I'll see you next time.